Guys, so now that we have that done, what we're going to do is take a horse and flex. So I pick up on my rein, she gives me that head to me, I pick up, and she flexes beautifully. I pick up, and there we go. Let's try the opposite side. So I gently pick up. I want her muzzle to come into me. Come in, come in. Now I'm going to hold right there till she gives it to me. There it was. That was good. I ask again. Pick up. Hold, 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 hold. There we go. So that looks good. Hold. Just keep holding. There we go. So now what I want to do is I have my lead line here. I'm going to put it on the opposite side. So here's my left hand. I go to the left side, but I walk to the right side. And I slide it down, take your loop, flip it over her rear end, and just gently pull. Now she's going by feel of that rope and not just following me. So now my right hand is going to go over. I go down the left side, my rope goes on the right side. I take it and I flip it over and I pull gently, and there we go. So she's getting a good feel for that. Okay, now a couple of things that we're going to do before we saddle here is we're just going to take our rope and we're just going to throw it over and back, over and back. And if you're not too sure how to do this, you know, it's a little tricky. Get it out there and pop it. Boom. Go to your fence or a pipe corral and take your rope and practice on flipping. You know, some people are good on one side. So if your left hand sucks, then you need to go over to your fence and do that. You know, just put it on your fence and get more accurate, get more control of it. All right. So this is looking really good. So if you're doing a refresher course on your horse to get them out because they haven't been ridden in so long, or you're starting a horse, these are all the things that we will do to get our horse nice and gentle and not resisting. So everything is a building block. So that looks good. Now another thing I might do is I'll just go over, reach underneath, and I just work my cinch here. And you might have at home, we're going to be working some other horses that have no training or extremely little that we'll be packing out in a few weeks. And you would take a lot more time doing this with them. Anyhow, so that all looks really good. One of the things I want to do is take my blanket. I'm going to let my horse smell it. And I just come over, sit it up. And I like to kind of sit it up a little high, so when I push it back, the hair goes down. But if your horse has not been saddled, we're going to throw it up several times. Up and down. We go to the opposite side, and we just throw it up and down, up and down, up and down, up, and we'll hold it there. Now, if your horse hasn't been saddled, you can saddle from either side. It doesn't really matter because your horse is not aware of rights and lefts at this point. So one of the benefits from doing it from the left side over here is that you can lay all your cinches down, and they're not sitting up on the saddle where they could flop over. Another thing that you want to do, if it's the first time for your horse to have a saddle on, you're looking to maybe even get a kid's saddle, something that you can constantly throw up and take off, throw up, take off, before you get the heavier saddle that's going to carry you in. So when we throw the saddle up and we have the cinches on, if the horse has not been saddled before, take off your back cinch and take off your breast collar. You do not want to have a whole bunch of equipment going on when you're in this dangerous area. So let's go get this saddle. So I put it on my right hip, and I just kind of toss it up and over. Sit it up there good. I'm going to line up my back stitch with the front. There we go, I like that. Come around the opposite side. Drop all my cinches down. Now I'm real comfortable with this horse and where she's at. So I have a back cinch on and a front cinch, and I have a breast collar. But I would just leave this one on if it's the first time for this horse to be saddled. Another thing that you can do is it's very dangerous reaching under there for that girth. So you can get a hanger like this, just a piece of wire, and I stay up here near the shoulder and I hook it. You see how I'm hooking it here? Bring it across, now I got it. Get rid of the wire, put this down, and come around. I don't want to cut the horse in two. I just want to have it snugged enough that it's not going to go anywhere. You can kind of teach a horse how to become cinchy by cutting them in half when you pull your cinch up. So go easy. There we go. Take my breast collar, come around. And let's get this hooked underneath. All right. So for right now, I'm going to let them go out, unhook them. And we push them on out. There we go. So now what we have done is we have this horse that if you go back on the previous, will turn in and will turn out and turn around and stop. So now we haven't had the bridle on yet, and that sure would be a lot easier to train your horse to give to the bridle if you had all this done at liberty. So go back on those other two. So I have a direction. Now I'm going to turn the horse out to the fence. There we go. Now I like to use that outside because it'll come in handy when I'm teaching the horse how to drive under cart. A lot of people don't like to turn the horse out because they believe that it turns the ass end of the horse, their hindquarters, towards you. But if you're smart enough and that horse can only kick back 12 feet, then be at least 14 feet back. Because the trade-off is more worth it to me turn out. Hup. There we go. All right. So another thing that we want to do, just because the horse doesn't buck when we have it saddled, does not mean it won't buck when you're up in there. So you still got to go through your paces. Another thing is, generally speaking, when we switch from a trot that she's in now to a lope, that's usually when they'll start bucking if it's their first time out. So I move her on up. Okay. There we go. She's on the correct lead. Very good. We're going to change direction. Good. Pick her up. Now what I was saying was, because of what we've done in our first video and our second video, we were constantly teaching the horse what it already knows. So we started out building the confidence and the relationship with each other. So now she knows how to do what she's doing right now, meaning walk, trot, and lope, and go in the right direction. So the minute I get that saddle on, what I'm going to be trying to do is get that horse hooked back onto me and forget about that saddle. So at some point when I'm riding this horse and gets overwhelmed by a big truck, a train, or a ditch, or whatever it is, I can engage that horse's mind back to me and get myself out of a situation. So that's why it's very important that we have these building blocks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the horse and I'm going to hook the horse onto me. So I stop her, woo, woo, by cutting across. Watch the camera move over till I get my stop. Now I'm going to ask for her. I'm going to back up. And she should be moving her left leg towards me. Front left, there we go. That was right, but now I'll keep backing up. I'll back up some more and get her to come off. See how she's coming off that fence there a little bit? Whoop, whoop. Let's keep backing up. Now I'm going to come over here a little bit, and I wanted to come off the fence. Wasn't sure there. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to give me anything. So let's move her on out. And we're going to keep her going here. Let's go 3 laps. Okay, that was 1. That was 2. Then we're going to come back and ask again for her to meet up with me. Ooh. Oh. No, doesn't want to. Let's go another 3. That's 1. That's 2. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too frustrated when you don't get what you want. You just go back to your techniques. And your technique, we're going to go forward while I'm talking. Your techniques is what you need to rely on. So we're going to ask again and see what we get. So whoop, whoop. Now I'll take that, I like that, so I'm going to reinforce it by coming up and petting letting her know that, hey, you know, that's what I'm looking for. I'll stop. She wanted to leave, so let's just go right back to this. So at least now she has a little bit of an idea on what I'm looking for. So in all of these, it's not like having a car that you fix and you put in the garage. These are animals that constantly need to be reminded and be worked with. So we'll try it again here. Whoop. Okay. Okay, I'll take those couple of steps. So let's do this. We'll reinforce. 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 And reinforce. And we'll reinforce that. And oop. And we'll reinforce. Now we put the lead on. And we're going to be looking, as we did before, we're going to be looking for two things here. Is to be able to move the front end around with that stirrup. So I asked to move. There we go. See how the left front leg is crossing over, and the reason for that is we don't want them to get a habit of stepping under the right leg, because as they speed up they will trip and fall. So now I'm going to move my hand back a little bit on the girt. I'll control the head, and I want to disengage those back feet. So the left leg should step over that right foot. So I ask for it. There we go. There we go. Ask. Very good. Now I'm going to come around the opposite side. And I'm just going to ask for the front end. I just gently push in. And see that right leg is stepping over nicely. That's what we're looking for right there. I stop. And I move my stirrup back just slightly. And ask for the back end. See how the back end, she's moving those feet over. And that is very good. Good. And now I'm going to go over a little bit of sacking out with this bag. And how I'll start that is I'll bring it out here in front of me. And I'll just walk. When I'm walking, I'm building up her courage and getting her nice and brave, because the bag is in front of me. So just come out here, do it any which way you want. Now I'm going to turn around and keep walking backwards and ask her to walk towards this. So I'm constantly building up her confidence. Now, if you have a huge big problem with this, what you need to do is slow it down and do 10, 15 minutes and maybe even break that up. So at this point, I'm going to come over here, and I got pretty close. Now I'll go around to the other side. Got pretty close. Now I'm just going to come out in front. And I let her smell it and take it away. Let her smell it, take it away. So now I'm going to just go over again in the air. Going to touch her and take it away. Touch her, take it away. Now let's just start moving it. We'll just keep moving it up and down. Hoop, 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 hoop. Now, rub her with it. Up and down. Rub her with it. Now take that pressure away. Move her out. Let her walk towards you. Let her get more confident. And I'm going to bring her back in. I'm going to rub her. And take it away. Now that was a little late on my takeaway there. And why was it late? Because she'd already reacted to it. So I need to be taking it away before she reacts. Do you see how that back leg is cocked? I love that. So now I'm going to go to the other side. Gently come in and rub. Now, if this is going really good, don't stay out here until it doesn't. So that looks really good. So I'm building up a hell of a lot of confidence. Now, whoop, whoop, whoop. I just go back in. You can see that she's having resistance there. So now take it away when she's not resistant, and look at the back leg is cocked. So she's really trying. So I come back in and I take it away. Now I'm going to go a little more daring and just come up by her head. Now take it away. Look how good she's doing, man. So get that away from her. Bring her back up and build on it. So I got 10 seconds, now try 20. Okay, take it away. And then if that all went as good as it did for us right now, then leave it alone. Now the next day you come out, you're going to build on that until it is not even anything of an issue. All right, so let's get rid of this.